All right, good evening, everybody. The hour being after 6:30, I'd like to call the Tuesday, November 14th, 2023 School Building Committee meeting to order. Our first order of business is approval of meeting minutes. Does anybody have any questions or comments about the minutes? Hearing none, I would take a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I'll move.
I have a motion from Mr. Conroy. Do I have a second?
Fisher.
Mr. Fisher, I'm sorry. Getting my jacks confused. Motion from Mr. Conroy. Do we have a second?
Second?
All right, I have a second from Mr. Frisha. Let me poll the committee. Mr. Frisha,
Yes.
Mr. Barrett,
Yes.
Ms. Gallivan,
Yes.
Dr. Goff,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Conroy,
Yes.
Mr. Fisher,
Yes.
Mr. Connor,
Yes.
Mr. Senek,
Yes.
and I vote yes. It is a vote. I think I skipped Mr. Anderson.
No, I said yes.
Okay, very good. Did I miss anybody? All right, it is a vote. The
Jen,
next-
Jen Gaositz.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jen,
Yes.
there you are. All right, Jen, thank you. It is a vote. So our next item of business is the project status update. Kate, over to you.
Yep, I'll hand this off to Fontaine. I don't know, Griffin or Joel is gonna take it.
Yep, I got it. Thanks, Kate. So we're looking from the south here at the building. You can see the masons complete with that south side of A building. That kind of black area at the bottom there, those are the metal panels. Those have been installed. You can see the windows on this elevation are complete. They're working their way around the building. This view here, kind of from the north looking back at the bottom of the screen there, that's the gym. You can see the masons kind of progressed along the building, along the east and the west. See the air vapor barrier is just about wrapped up there. We have kind of see the window install continuing around to the east there in that courtyard. They're working their way into C building. This is that main entry courtyard. So where the canopy will be, kind of to the left of the screen there. You can see the mason has progressed through this courtyard. Windows installed on the upper levels. In the middle there, that's like your main curtain wall. See, that's been being installed, the frames, the glazing's in. The area where you can see the air vapor barrier, that shiny silver, that'll all be metal panel as well. And then to the left there, that's the media center. That'll all be curtain wall as well, where you can see the windows tarped in. Photo on the left, that's the main entry stairway. So you're up on the third floor looking down kind of into C building. And then on the right there, that's the media center. So you can see that big hollow metal frame that'll have the double doors and then glazing. So some nice light into that space. And then in the background there, where you can kind of see the sun shining in, that'll be the curtain wall as well. That'll really make that a nice space. Here you're standing in the cafeteria, kind of looking back into the kitchen area. You can see that the overhead rough is ongoing. All the underground's in. Kitchen equipment will be starting to get roughed in the next couple months. You can see framing's complete for the most part in this area above, and then there'll be some more interior framing there in the kitchen area. This view here from the auditorium, kind of standing up behind the stage. So looking in kind of the back of the photo there, you can see the concrete stepped up. That'll be the tiered seating for the auditorium. You can see the catwalk kind of up in the background as well. So this will be kind of where this picture is taken is pretty much the stage. You'll have the theater equipment and whatnot on that steel above. Moving into B building, so rough is complete in B building. They're sheetrocking basically from the first floor up. So you see the third floor there, they'll be working their way up there. Second floor has been sheetrocked. And then A building, so start and finishes on the first floor, we'll be working 1, 2, 3. The painter's complete down there. You can see that the tile has started in the corridor and into the bathrooms. That photo on the left there, the radius wall into the bathroom, you can see the tile wrapping in. And then on the right there is kind of just your typical classroom. So we have the painter complete on the first floor. We have acoustical ceiling tile, not the tile, but the grid starting next week on the first floor. And this is just kind of our look ahead, ongoing work, what's been completed. As I mentioned, tile started last week. And then kind of next guy coming on board will be the acoustical ceilings. They'll start first floor A and start working his way up as well.
Any questions on the construction update or look ahead? Hearing none. Keep going. So project status, meetings held. We'll continue our weekly OAC meetings in the trailer, our weekly hot list meetings with Vertex, Fontaine, and Tape on Fridays. Our technology meetings are ongoing pretty much bi-weekly. We're fine-tuning the list. We've been going back and forth with the district, and we're currently working on finalizing that and coming up with an estimate. Same thing with the furnitures, fixtures, and equipment, FF&E. We've made a lot of progress over the last month, going back and forth, pretty much having weekly meetings at this point, and finalizing what is actually going to be included in that package and working on an estimate. Transition, which is the move management meetings, are ongoing. We pretty much have those once a month right now, and those will pick up later on as we get ready to send out the RFQ for the mover. Construction administration, so TAPE is on site weekly. Their consultants have been coming out monthly and reviewing the rec. PSI, our third-party testing agent, has been on site as well for testing. Document control, submittal review is still ongoing. RFIs are ongoing. When I did this last week, we had 225 to date for RFIs. Architect supplemental instructions, ASIs, continue to be issued. I think right now we're actually at 96. So we've had a couple more come out at the end of last week, and we have 5 new proposed change orders that have been added to the log. This is a slide that we have been building on for the VE priority items. In gray is what has already been approved previously, and we have some estimates. You've seen most of this. Some of these items at the bottom were on our PCO list previously, and we have now just copied them over to here for reference, but we are continuing to look at what was taken out of the project early on and are exploring bringing in additional items. One of those items that we got a price for was outdoor school garden planters. This is 6 planters that are to the south of Area A, and they would be utilized, I think, by the kitchen staff. A swing set, 4-swing, 2-bay swing set that would be utilized by the special education department. And then auditorium theatrical lighting that was taken out during the 60% VE, or actually I think that one was the 90% VE process. And those are kind of spotlights, freestanding lights that attach to the catwalk. So that's something that can easily be brought back in and is currently out for pricing. And then adding walking pads to the roof. Walking pads were taken out during the VE process, and it was recommended to bring them back in. So we're looking at pricing for that. Just the update on what has been approved previously, and a reminder that we went into construction with an extra percentage in our owner's contingency, which typically we enter construction with 1%, and we had 2%. So we're in good shape with contingency. Switch over to the PCO log. So just a reminder for the colors, orange previously approved, green ready to present, and yellow under review, white is open. So right now we do not have a change order to present tonight, but I do want to review the 5 added PCOs to the log, so everybody's up to date. The black line is what has been previously reviewed with the committee, and everything below that is new. So PCO 43 was tape at masonry joint credit. This is a credit for $3,825. This was something that came up during construction that was not actually needed in the project. So a credit was offered up. The outdoor school garden, that's what we had just discussed, for $64,567. Those were the planters. Fire door post credit. This is a credit for $2,500 and associated with the wand doors in the corridors. And then the 2 other plugs here, which we're working on pricing for the auditorium theatrical lights and the roof walking pads. Any questions on the PCO log?
Kate, if I could just make a point, we're going to lose a number of people at 7 o'clock that might put us below a quorum, so we really need to move it along.
Yep. So vendor invoice package, the October invoices, just the standard Vertex, TAP A, and Fontaine Rec. So total $5,886,446. Just the standard invoices. Fontaine's cover sheet, I would like to point out that Fontaine is 47% complete with their contract work, so that's huge. We're almost at that 50% mark. Updated budget is included in the VIP, and reimbursements to the MSBA to date. We're waiting on 2 reimbursements, 32 and 33 that were sent to the MSBA and currently under review. So we're looking for approval for $5,886,446.78.
Do we have any questions about the vendor invoice
Yeah,
package?
one quick one.
Yeah.
Kate, did you say this
Yep.
puts us at 47% or it puts us over 50%?
It puts us at 47%.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, I take a motion to approve the vendor invoice package.
I'll move.
I have a motion from Mr. Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Gallivan. Let me poll the committee. Mr. Fisher.
Yes.
Mr. Barrett.
Yes.
Ms. Gallivan.
Yes.
Ms. Gaositz. Ms. Gaositz. Get back to you. Dr. Goff.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Conroy.
Yes.
Mr. Fisher.
Yes.
Mr. Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Senek.
Yes.
And back to Ms. Gaositz.
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is a vote. Our next item is about Adelman and Lelik Engineering. Kate, you want to explain that?
Yeah, so this is, our project is going after a path 1 with Eversource and Mass Saves, which is getting under or bringing down the EUI, which is the energy use incentive intensity. So our goal is to keep the building under 25 EUI. And we had brought this company, Edelman and Lelik, on for the energy model at the beginning of the project, and Mass Save / Eversource reimburse a certain percentage of the design piece of this, and this is for the post-occupancy monitoring. So after the building's open for the first year, to ensure that we hit under 25 EUI, this company will help us track that in the building and monitor the energy usage. So we received 3 proposals. There is the lowest number for $27,420. We feel really confident moving forward with them since they did the energy model and they'll be there from the start to the finish. And I'd like to also say that Mass Saves is going to reimburse $10,000 of this $27,420. And we've already gotten that approved with Eversource. So we're looking to encumber the $27,420 and issue a contract to Edelman and Lelik. And just to note, in the budget, that would come out of the other project cost line item. So we'll put the contract within this.
Any questions or comments? Do we have a motion to approve the proposal for Adelman and Lelik Engineering?
On the motion.
I have a motion from Mr. Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Gallivan. Let me pull the committee. Mr. Fisher.
Yes.
Mr. Barrett.
Yes.
Ms. Gallivan.
Yes.
Ms. Gaositz.
Yes.
Dr. Goff.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Conroy.
Yes.
Mr. Fisher.
Yes.
Mr. Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Senek.
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is a vote. So next, Kate, discussion from the MSBA.
So we are submitting our next change order review in mid-December. We had a remote site visit in the beginning of November, and the next one will be in January. And we're still waiting for them to execute the project funding agreement bid amendment that was executed by the town and sent over to them. And then meeting dates, so I just populated this with the dates for 2024. We've reviewed this with the town, and we think these dates work. So let me know if you have any comments or concerns. But the next meeting is scheduled for December 12th at 6:30 p.m., which would be a hybrid meeting.
Thanks, Kate. Any final questions or comments? Do we have-
I would just say, great job. This is very, very exciting, you guys. So nice work.
Thanks, Nancy. Anybody else? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Motion from Mr. Fisher. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Gallivan. Let me poll the committee. Mr. Fisher.
Yes.
Mr. Barrett.
Yes.
Ms. Gallivan.
Yep.
Ms. Gaositz.
Yes.
Dr. Goff.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Conroy.
Yes.
Mr. Fisher.
Yes.
Mr. Conroy.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yes. Mr.
You
Senek.
too.
Mr. Senek.
Give me.
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is a vote. Good night, everybody.
I vote yes too.
Thank you.